How's it going, everybody? So welcome back to the shop. We are starting a very exciting project today. It all starts, so the whole table it's a conference table. It's got a steel base. It's made out of walnut for the top. We're using a walnut veneer. So we got 2 sheets of 3/4 MDF and a sheet of 1/2 inch MDF that I'm going to press in a vacuum bag for what you would call a substrate. It'll total about It'll total about 2 inches thick, 3/4, and 1/2 inch. Simple math. And then on top of that, we will glue our veneer onto that, and then we're gonna do some really cool features with the top of the conference table with a little glass display box that's built into it. And their logo will be branded inside of that glass display box. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited that you guys are tuning in to watch this, and here we go. Okay, so here's a look at the veneer we're going to use. I've got a special thickness veneer. Typically they sell it pretty thin, but this is about a heavy 1/16 of an inch thick. These 4 pieces will make up the top. They're a little bit wider. I think we're about 14 inches, 13 inches here, and then the smaller ones on this side. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces, which will make up the bottom of the table. You have to veneer both sides to keep a balance. If I just veneered the top, it would be unbalanced and it would want to bow and move. So you have to do equal veneer on both sides. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to lay these out, join them together. I've got to cut each edge and join them just like I would a tabletop, just like I was working with solid wood. And then once I get them joined, I tape them all together, and then we can kind of move on to gluing it. Okay, so I'm shooting all my interview footage right here next to the bandsaw because I know you guys want to see it, and I'm still waiting for parts on it, so this thing is on the back burner for a little while. You can see I'm taping up the veneers at the joints here. This tape is designed, the dispenser that I'm pulling it out of has water in it, so the tape gets wet, and then you place the tape on the joint, and then as the water dries out, the tape shrinks and pulls the joint together. It's a really cool process, and it really helps keep those joints tight. So in this shot, what we're doing is we're mixing glue. I'm using a Unibond 800, which is a 2-part glue adhesive that's really good for veneer work. This is actually the first time I've ever used it, and I was really impressed with how well it worked. So, we spread the glue on both sides. We lay the veneer. We put a cover sheet on the veneer, tape it, and then it goes in the bag. And it sits in the bag for probably, I left it in there overnight, so it was 12 hours in the bag. But that glue sets up fairly quick. Within 2 or 3 hours, it's hardened. But it's better to kind of leave it in there a longer period of time. Okay, so Matt stopped by the shop, and we are officially in a competition of pull-ups. Ryan's going right now. Matt's filming for his channel. He's checking out the table we're working on. So far, Ryan's kicking our butt. Middle. One up. There you go.
Oh, jeez. I've never done this, actually.
1, 2, 7. Oh my gosh. 8, 9. His fingers are white.
My fingers are giving up.
9. Okay.
Oh man, I don't even know if I can. This is a bad idea.
That was really good.
Is there a warm up for this?
The first one's your warm up. 1, 2, 3, 8. Wow. Oh, 9. You can beat him.
I gave up.
Your neck is
My
so red.
fingers hurt so
So
bad.
it's the fingers that give up first?
My fingers gave up. Big time.
Alright. Who wants to hold that?
That's it, dude.
Oh, I'm gonna get like 3.
Jeez, how do y'all do 9 in there?
It's all mental.
It's because I weigh like nothing, man.
That's 6.
It's slipping.
Did I do 6?
Okay. That's alright.
That was
So
hard.
maybe we should do one on the jugs, because you'll do a lot better on that.
On the what? The top one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can do one up there. That hurts. All the way up.
Did that one count?
Yeah, go for it. It counted.
I gotta get 20.
Is this gonna be 20?
Yeah.
Is it? He's like kicking his leg. Oh, I don't even know if I should go.
20?
Man. I can't do 20.
Looks like you're about to break that thing.
There's no way.
3.
Goes fast, man.
How many?
15.
16. I think he's got it. 19.
You got it.
Nice.
Gotta get 21.
Alright, Matt wins that one.
Yeah, not the finger
I
string.
didn't get to win anything. For the cutout on the display box, I'm using a jig that I made that's sized to fit perfectly the metal frame perimeter that I had welded up. That jig, I can just use a flush bearing bit once I have that jig made and just run it all the way around, as you can see I'm doing, and it cuts out a perfect profile of that metal border.
And your blood is in the water, and you go straight through my heart, through my without my love for the ocean, I would be long gone by now.
Okay, so I'm getting super close to having this conference table done. I'm on the last real hurdle, and it is getting their logo put on the table. The logo is going under the glass inside the little display box. I gave Matt 4 options here. We went with the top option. The challenge we're having, and I've talked to so many different companies about laser engraving this, and everyone's just kind of blowing me off because they don't want to mess with it. There's a lot of people out there who are afraid of challenges. can't be that way, guys. You gotta step up. I finally found a guy who was willing to step up, and what we decided to do is so the actual size of this engraving is 4 inches tall by 58 inches long. So we're gonna cut our board in between the bunker and the text and brand each piece separately and then put it back together. Should work fine in theory. Seems like it will. I got the board right here so you get an idea. It's white oak. It's quartersawn white oak. I chose that species for a couple reasons. It's flat. It'll stay flat. It won't move a lot. Quartersawn's super stable, and it'll have a nice contrasting color from the walnut, hoping to really pop that logo. So when you walk in and look at this table, your eyes are immediately going to be drawn to that display box and what's in it and their logo. That's the whole idea behind picking a lighter color wood. Should work out great. I'm going to take you guys with me. We got a pretty good drive. I'm going to the east side of San Antonio. Unfortunately, I got a freaking hour drive for this. Going to kill most of my afternoon, but you guys are going to come with me. Hopefully I can shoot some footage while I'm there. Alright guys, so I am back. I know I said I was taking you guys with me, and technically I took the camera, but I didn't shoot any footage because, I don't know, it was at the guy's house, and he was a super nice guy, but I don't think he really wanted a camera in his shop, which is understandable. It came out really good. We had to cut it here because his machine was only 4 feet, and I already talked to you about that. I'm going to domino this, glue it back together, and then we will oil it, and all that burn section is going to pop really good and look really nice. So I'm really excited. I cannot wait to get this on the table and get it all done. We're getting so close. So for the finish on this, we're just using a clear pre-catalyzed lacquer. You see I'm spraying the first coat on. The first coat's kind of a sealer. Then I'll come back and sand with a 320 or 400 grit and put on 3 or 4 more coats and just build up the finish. It's a real simple process, an easy finish. It dries quick, and it really makes that walnut pop and looks really nice. Okay, so we got the table all done, put together. It looks amazing. It's probably one of the cooler pieces that I've had come out of this shop. I'm super excited to take it over and show it to Matt and those guys. It's got this beautiful walnut veneer that's a sequence match with 4 veneers. We've got a quarter sawn white oak logo board for the logo, which they have their Bunker Branding Company on. This sits in about 1.5 inches to 1.75 inches, so they can put patches, stickers. Matt can throw his bullets in here. Anything he wants to display, he can put in there. We've included a really cool 1/4 inch plate steel, 2-inch wide around the banding as the edge. We got this really cool welded up base that my buddy Cameron Fisher made. I'll put a link to his Instagram in my description so you can check out his work. We've added a little walnut runner on the bottom, so you got a place to put your feet if you're resting or relaxing, kicking back. That's really it, man. That's the rundown. We're gonna get this thing loaded up. The top on this is crazy heavy. Yes, I did just drop the table, and yes, it did do some damage to the bottom, but thankfully Matt was very cool about it. And then right there, hit right there.
I'm gonna make sure to show that off in the video.
And it was okay, but that was a really bad moment. That's the first piece of furniture I've ever dropped. It was a bummer.
All right, this is easy.
Yeah, that's not too heavy. Good job, Jake. Good job, Matt.
Steer.
Trying.
Who wants to steer?
Oh, you gotta steer from the bottom.
I think we have to get on there before we can center it. I mean, you definitely just go over this way.
Yeah. Brian.
It's gonna get real heavy dragging that around.
You could move. We could
lift it.
Yeah. It'll be easier with that on there.
Brian, come here.
No.
I got something fun to tell you.
What?
Grab this.
No, what? I boycotted this room, guys. You're gonna like it because you're gonna be in here all the time.
I don't think it's a good idea, Matt. You really think you can pick that up?
Hey, yeah. If I hurt myself,
Yeah. Here, you just grab that corner. Steven, I'll get this.
If you get hurt,
Yes.
we need someone.
Yeah, I got no weight. I got nothing over there.
I didn't know that.
I'm good. I got it.
Me and Brian are like. Everyone's finger clear.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Oh wait, I wanted the bunker facing this way, guys. Okay.
I really hope you guys enjoyed the table build. I had a blast making that table. I'm thankful to Matt for giving me the opportunity to do it. I'm also really excited to be a part of a new group of YouTubers who are joining the Bunker Branding Company to sell merchandise. So you can now buy my t-shirts directly off their website. I'm putting a link in the description below, so you can go do that. You support my channel, you support Matt's company. I've got new shirts up. This is a brand new design up. The Go and Make It shirt. It's a spin-off of the Canon Come and Take It, a staple of Texas history. I also have my Hammer and Chisel shirt. We got hats up there now. So we got a lot of cool merchandise on there. I've got a lot of ideas for new shirts coming your way. So go check that out. Help support me. Help support Matt. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.